Hello, this is Shinru. In this video, I will take a look at question 1535. Find the winner of an array game. In this question, we are given an integer array of distinct integers and an integer k, and a game will be played between the first two elements of the array. So it will be played between array 0 and array 1, and in each round of the game we will compare those two values, and the larger integer wins and remains at position 0, and the smaller one will move to the end of the array. The game ends when an integer wins k consecutive rounds. So we will return the integer which will win the game. Okay, so in this question, the most important thing is we need to simplify the question. So first thing we can simplify is it says return the integer which will win the game. So the integer that will win the game will always be at index 0. So the value will always be at index 0. If the value is not at index 0, it will not win the game. So because only value that is not a winner will go to the end of the array. So that's the first part we can simplify. And another part is this: it is guaranteed that there will be a winner of the game. So the most intuitive way that we will think of is we will follow the rules of the game, and we will really compare the values, and we will really put the value at the end of the array and move all the index, and that will cost a lot of operations. But in this question, it says it is guaranteed that there will be a winner of the game. So let's think, if the loser between these two values goes to the end, and the loser from the end goes to the start of the game, goes to the original position, that means there will never be a winner in the game, because that means it will be an endless circle, and there's no way there's a winner. There won't be a winner, and therefore we don't need to consider to move the loser value to the end. There's no point. So the only thing we need to consider is who's the winner, and how can we put the winner at the index 0, and then how can we say we have a winner after a certain time of iterations. So as you can see, in example 1, there's an array and the k is equals to 2. Therefore it means a value must win 2 times for the loop to be completed. So in this kind of question, what we can do is, first thing come to my mind is to use a while loop. So while win is not equals to k. Or another idea is we can use a if statement inside a for loop, because that will be a for loop. The reason is it is guaranteed that there will be a winner. And if we have passed the length of the array and there is no winner, then there will be no winner, because it will be an endless circle. Therefore, we can use a for loop. And in this for loop, we can add an if statement. And if the win time is equals to k, then according to the question, we will break the loop, and then we will just return the value at index 0. So let's get into coding. So first, what we need is we need to specify our value. So our value will be our result. So our result is equals to, it will only equal to array of 0. And second, what we need is a count, because we need to count the time of the wins. So count will start from 0, and then we do a for loop, and this for loop will go through from the first value to the last value, from the index 1 to the last value. So from the second value to the last value, because it is the second value. So we started from the second value to compare with the first value. So what we will do is we will do a x range from 1 to length of length of array, and if arrays I is bigger than the current value, if I is bigger than the current value, then not the current value but the result, which is the first value. If arrays I is bigger than the result, then result will equals to, then we will change the result, then we will change the first value, and the first value will equals to arrays I because it is bigger, and that will reset the count to 0 because there is a new winner in this round. Therefore, we will reset the count to 0, and every time the count will plus equals to 1, the count will increment. And in this for loop, there's then we need to add a statement that will break the loop. So the statement will be the count will be equals to k. If the count equals to k, that means the game will end, because the game ends when an integer wins k consecutive rounds. Therefore, the game will run, and we will just break the loop. So we just say break, and in the end, what we need to do is return our result. So there's an invalid. Okay, so I think it's the if statement. Okay, so it's some syntax error, and it says x range is not defined. That's okay, we can use range because it's Python 3.